So picking right up where we left, methods 2 and 3, we're going to need to calculate something else. We have this column here, and that's margin utility per dollar. So to find margin utility per dollar, we take the margin utility, which we already calculated. I just copied those numbers from up here, down in here, and divide them by the price. So 50 divided by 6, 8 1/3. Wait, no, 4 and 2 is 5, 6, 4 and 1, 6. Okay, so that's marginal utility per dollar. And the reason is that, some things will give you a lot of marginal utility, but they're really expensive, like a sports car. So when we want to compare across goods, we can't just compare utility by itself and say, well, that sports car makes me really happy. We have to look at marginal utility per dollar. With the amount of money that we have to spend, what is going to get us the highest utility? So here, the price of soda is $3, so margin utility per dollar, we take the margin utility divided by the price, we have 25, 14, 12, 9 1/3. Alright, so those are our margin utility per dollar, given these prices for Lisa and her utility. And now method 2 is to go step by step, spend the budget, and always choose the good that gives the highest margin utility per dollar. So what is the first thing she should choose? Well, her first soda gives her margin utility per dollar of 25, and the first movie only 8 1/3. So she should choose that first soda. That is going to make her the happiest. Then she can choose movie number 1 or soda number 2. So that first soda is being consumed. It's off the table. You can't have that 25 anymore. You have diminishing margin utility. So your second soda is not as good as the first. It's 14 instead of 25. But that 14 is still better than the 8 1/3. So she's going to choose another soda and another and another. Then there's a tie between soda number 5 and movie number 1. So she can pull both of those. And so she's at 5. That's $15. And 1 was $6. So she spent $21. She has $9 left. She's always going to spend the whole budget, because the only way that she's getting utility is by consuming movies or soda. Those are the only two things she could do. She doesn't have any utility from savings, because that's not the little situation that we created. I mean, we could have said savings was her second good, and she was choosing between movies and savings, but we've chosen soda, so she's going to have to use all her money on those two things to get to the highest utility. And so she can keep going, and we have 6 1/3, 6 1/3, there's a tie there too. When she consumes both of those, she's spent $30, so she's done, and we have the same result, 6 sodas and 2 movies. But once we have these numbers set up, it's a lot faster to find her optimal combination using this method 2 than method 1. And what you'll also see is that when we are trying to find optimal combinations with different scenarios, this one you'll really see how much faster it is to do it with the method 2 or method 3 way. So that's method 2. This is the way that I personally often choose to solve these problems. Sometimes you don't have all the information and you need to go with method 3. It's definitely important to be able to use either method and understand both. So let me know if you have any questions, and I will explain method 3 and go over that in the next video.